Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. We are the Odds Couple. We come to sportsbookreview.com. This is a college basketball show for Wednesday, January 18th. His name is Mike Brenner. My name is Peter Loshak. Let's throw the record up, Mike Brenner. You're coming off winning day. I'm coming off another winning day as well. So I'm down in the I'm down in the abyss, but I'm pulling out of it, and I'm starting to get a pretty good feel on some of these odds.
Do you remember that last year? And
so,
who laid that word out there last year?
Yeah, and
I said, Pistol Pete,
yeah.
Can you come out of the abyss? And you know what?
Yeah.
You said, you know what? If I don't, oh well, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
He came out. Dennis, I don't think you were there for the beginning of the slide, but that abyss, when he came out of that abyss, I'm not kidding you, it was poetry in motion.
Well, in general, in all sports, I tend to do much better in the second half and the last third of the season.
What I've noticed
than I do in the
also,
first half
now
and
it's all
first parts.
cyclical. I've done a whole season, almost a season and a half with you. Here's the deal. What I've noticed, and when sports crisscross, when one starts or stops or and they overlap each other, that tightens up your time.
Yes.
And you then got to get your priorities.
Oh, you're pretty, you're pretty observant. Yes,
like
that is true.
Pretty observant.
That is true, Mike Brenner. All right, so the second point is that I did do a bunch of research on the overnights for both sides and totals, and there's like 20 picks I could give here that I think I'm liking.
There's that Baker's Baker's dozens a few.
I don't know if these are good picks, but based on how my picks have gone the last couple of days,
speaking of
I'm
picks,
feeling like they're good.
What did you think of that guy yesterday? You and I ran into at the casino.
Oh yeah,
Paulie Rizzo, baby.
Classic guy.
One bullet Rizzo.
Yeah, awesome guy. We'll talk about him in subsequent videos coming
tomorrow.
up. Yeah.
I want to tell our viewers right now, we're going to be doing a Google Hangout at 11:30 Costa Rica time, 12:30 Eastern time from the casino with guess who?
Paulie
Bullet
that
Rizzo.
Sounds awesome. All right. So, Mike Brenner, we've got a pretty big card on the slate tonight. Do you have any picks that you're going to give, or you're going to pass on this one?
I felt really good about those two first halves.
Nailed them. You nailed them.
I nailed them, but it's not that. It was that feeling before I went in, and when I did my research, it was that feeling like this is solid. Don't veer off it, and since you feel so good about it, don't add any other games. Stuck to the plan. Boom. Pete, I'm going to tell you this, and whatever you think, I don't have one play today.
Okay. No, sure. That's understandable.
I just don't, and I figured for me, the best bet today was no bet.
Okay. Well, I might give 20 then. So
we got plenty of time, and I got an empty iPad.
The viewers can take it for what it's worth. Let's just go down the slate of games and see what you had. First of all, you had an
Now, I may add on because I can add on.
Well, you had an awesome call on South Carolina in the last game. Got a tough matchup now against a team that I don't want to bet against, which is Florida.
Exactly.
So,
and you know what? I love Frank Martin. He is really building a machine. Florida is, Mike White has only been there is of 1 year, 2 years going on his second full year. So I'm thinking, you know what? They've got the home advantage, all that. Will they cover it? Could probably, but I just don't feel it. Pete, I can't pull that trigger, and I love that team.
Yeah. Then another game with two teams that I don't want to bet against matched up off Notre Dame and Florida State. Now Notre Dame's getting 5.5 or 6.
And how many times can you keep winning on the road?
Yeah, but I don't want to bet against Florida State. This is one where I did bet the over 155 a little bit. It's a high total, but I did bet that one. It's an interesting game. Do you have any thoughts on it?
I would. And this is amazing. We do think alike, Pete. All right, I've had a good read on Notre Dame, I'm not kidding you. I just feel something with there. Mike Bray's got a special team. All right. You're on the road again. It's tough to go on the road, especially as a dog. All right, and you're going up against Leonard Hamilton, and I really, really respect this guy. He does a hell of a job recruiting. He's been there for a minute at Florida State. That team is a team that is an epitome of night and day on the road and at home. I'm just telling you, Florida State, them Seminoles, they eat that shit up in center court.
Yeah,
for
it's a tough team. They're a deep team.
And I know I'm rambling about it,
Pete,
but guess what? This is also that game where I say, fuck, I can't. I just don't feel it. So I thought of this. I watched what they both did in the last 4 games early. What's the first half total?
Well, what?
Because these
the
two
first
can
half
run.
total?
If it was 155 or something.
Notre Dame and Florida State?
The game, the first half total.
First half total, 73.5.
See, that looks so good. I could see these two coming out wanting to just show each other off away.
Well, I don't know.
3.5, Pete.
All right. Well, why don't you think about that? I'll go. There are many other games. Another one that's interesting is Indiana and Penn State. And Penn State has suddenly really come to life.
They're coming off of 2 of the hugest freaking wins for them.
And they're a home dog to Indiana. The line's gotten bet up. It was 2.5. Well, actually, it opened at 4 very early. Then it went down to 2.5.
That's Big Man's favorite team. I love it when he goes off on them. He hates Yogi. He just does not like that team.
Yeah. So they opened it early at 4, now down to 2.5. Now it's up to 3.5. I took the under on this one on the overnight, and I will take that one under 148. Hasn't moved yet. So I'll take that one under 148 minus 108. And as far as the side, it's tempting to take Penn State. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't. On the side, I couldn't do it. But I like your take on the under because what's being said with this, because of how Penn State's won their last 2 games, it's a defensive battle. So here's the deal. They know if for any chance for them to keep their momentum going, because let's get real. No matter what, Indiana's going to bring it, right? All right. That is going to be a battle that I think is going to be won on the boards defensively, underneath, and I think it's going to happen on half-court defense. So, Pete, Well,
All right.
That's tempting.
So I'm taking the under on that one officially. Then we have
That's official? Pull that trigger, pistol.
Then there's Duquesne and George Washington. That's one I liked. Duquesne plus 8.5.
How many years it took me to pronounce that freaking school right?
Yeah.
Did you ever? DeKesney? I thought it was DeKesney forever. DeKesney. My dad said, "What the hell are you talking about, son? DeKesney."
All right, so I am going to take them, even the line's creeping up a little bit. Not exactly sure why, but like yesterday, a lot of line movements were totally wrong. Like the Purdue game closed at 11.
By the way,
we were right about that one, and a bunch of these line movements were wrong. I'm going to take Duquesne plus 8.5 minus 102. Let's see.
I got to throw this out here real quick. Can I do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
At the bet box, that Purdue game, all right, you would think because of the ebb and flow of the story, a pissed off team because they got their asses handed to them against Iowa, right? Here's the deal. The first half was where the edge is, I thought, right? At the box, given the 6.5, they had it at 6.5, okay, favoring, who the hell, Illinois, right?
No, not favoring Illinois.
No, it
Purdue.
was, underdog, all right?
Yeah.
All right. It was plus 130.
Wow.
Plus 130 for Illinois, all right? It was minus 118 at minus 6.5 for Purdue. So I'm going, you know what, that sounds like a trick. It sounds like a trick. I still think they're going to come out and pound it. Well, boom, sure enough.
Okay.
Because I got a buddy, my buddy's sharp out there, and I do this for him. Tommy T from the NC, how you doing, buddy? I'm not going to put it out there because it's a bet box. But bottom line is, he was asking me, what the hell? That shit, you sure this isn't a trap? It's not a setup. I think, they might go down. I said, no, it's a trap and a setup because they really fucking know where the money's going to go, and they're hoping to just swerve them the other way. Yep. Really thought that was what it was about because that first half, was that close?
Yeah, no, it was a great call. It was a great call. All right, so then we have Temple and Cincinnati in a rematch. Obviously, the first game was somewhat close. This is another one where I'm thinking maybe Temple is a flawed team, but I'm thinking maybe Temple, keeps this one close.
Yeah.
And I was also leaning under on this one. Of course, the first game this year went way
this
under.
This game, I think, the points it's almost like you want to grab it. And I almost did, but Pete, this is that slate where I just said, man, I just don't feel it.
Yeah, all right.
That one game I wanted to take, but I couldn't.
I will take the under on that one. It could, Cincinnati games can sometimes be like they have underwritten all over them, and then they do go surprisingly high scoring. But I will take it under 135 minus 110.
Go Bearcats, baby.
And then moving down to Missouri at Alabama. That's an interesting one. Missouri's been tanking this year, and Alabama suddenly off a big win.
I went against them last week sometime, and you said, my God, yes, right now Missouri is absolutely terrible. You were dead on, bro.
And that was one game where I was thinking about the over. It's just because it's such a low total. Alabama, of course, plays big defense, and Missouri can't really score, but it's a very low total. Alabama's last game went very high, and Missouri's been kind of having high-scoring games as well. So I will take that one over 138 minus 108.
Buddy. You know I love this stuff. You know why Alabama plays lockdown defense, and they really do?
Because they can't shoot. Yeah,
but they can't shoot.
Right.
But guess who's coaching that team?
Who?
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson, right.
So where'd he come from? Golden State. I mean, he played San Antonio Spurs. He's got that Popovich in him as far as that defense. Now, the shooting, he needs somebody. It's desperate for that. But that's why that team's been a trender for unders, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay, and then let's
sports
see.
Trivia, me and you. Sports betting trivia.
Sure.
You think you would have any material for that?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Dennis, do you hear that? Oh, maybe. He might not have any material. You believe that?
All right. So,
my God, yeah.
And the next game that's interesting to me is TCU and Texas Tech. This is obviously an in-state rivalry, and TCU is definitely playing a lot better.
But TTU's at home.
Yeah, but it's I mean, do they have a big home edge in this game? Maybe. I was leaning Texas Tech, and I was leaning the over on this one, and I think I will give both of them.
What's the line right now?
Okay, so it's 4.5 minus 110. So I will take that one. And as far as the total,
you're liking that?
Yeah, well, not like as a huge percentage.
Because that was one. I'm not kidding. I was that close to say, all right, I'm only gonna have one pick today, and it was going to be the first half at TTU, but I can't do it
on Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm taking TCU.
I know, but I would have gone head to head with you.
All right. Yeah.
That's a game I just couldn't do it.
Okay. And then I was thinking about the over on that one as well, and I will give that one over 138.
Pull that trigger, pistol. And that's the kind of in-state rivalry. You're right. Sometimes I don't know if that home court makes a difference because it's so close that it could be 50-50 in there.
Yeah, and it's a little bit dicey. All right, and then let's see what else is interesting. Let's see. Virginia.
That's how you got your name Upper West Side Slim when you start talking about, hey, it's a little dicey. Yeah.
Virginia is a huge road favorite against Boston College, which is the 14. I actually took 15 on the overnight, and now it's 14.5 on BC.
Okay, I was going to say, I hope you're not, because Virginia, that's a hell of a lot of points for them on the road. Pete.
Yeah, and it's low scoring. And you know what? I might get burned on.
Why not?
They could easily get a 20 20-point road
Feels
win.
good.
They could easily get a 20-point road win, but I will take that one plus 14.5 on Boston College. If it lands 15,
And these
I'll
viewers
be
need to
pretty pissed
understand
off.
you're starting to heat up. You said
Yeah.
you would. You said no. Hey, 2 days in a row we've been kicking some ass for our viewers. That makes a lot of,
Then there's Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, and that one I was definitely had a decent lean to the over.
What
so
Georgia Tech team's going to show up? The one that lost by 50, or the one that beat, so it's amazing.
That's true. I wouldn't touch the side at all. That's a coin flip for me, for sure.
One of our Twitter followers said that they ought to have a new logo, and not instead of the Georgia Yellow Jackets, it should be the hell did he call it? Oh God, I'll have to get back to you. It was freaking beautiful, though. You'll love it.
Okay, so I'm going to take
the Georgia Tech Jekyll and Hydes. That's what he called them.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech Jekyll and Hydes.
I mean, yes, they can certainly be horrible at times and decent at others. I'm going to take the over on that one, 145. Okay. Then Utah, Washington State, another interesting one. I'm leaning under and Washington State on that one. Washington State getting a bunch of points. Utah, obviously a quality team, but Washington State can hang. Yeah, and Washington State hung with with Cal. I mean, Washington State is also a Jekyll and Hyde team. Yeah. They got blown out by Stanford.
Washington State also a team that when they are kind of like disrespected from the books and everything else, when they don't get respect, that's when they show up. And I saw it when they do a lot of their in-state rival with Washington. So
all right, so that one.
How many points?
It's a little bit of a fishy line because it's so high. It's a 9 or 9.5.
I was thinking teaser. I was going to do a 2-team teaser. I didn't pull the trigger on that.
Okay,
either. You know why, right?
I
would have got scolded again.
All right, so I'm going to take Washington State. I'm going to take Washington State plus 9.5, and I'm also going to take the under on that one, which will be 144.5.
You were right. You might have 20 picks.
Yeah, I might. But look, I did my research, and why not give them? If I do the research,
when you get in the zone, the best advice: get the hell out of the way. I'm just getting the hell out of the way.
If I had a couple losing days, maybe I wouldn't do it. If I didn't do my research, I wouldn't do it. But if I did the research and I'm feeling okay about it, why not give them all out? All right. Then Illinois State and Bradley. Illinois State plays clampdown defense, but I'm leaning to another low total. I'm leaning to the over on that one, but I'm going to hold off on that one for now because Illinois State really. I mean, they held Wichita State down. I know. That's an impressive defensive team.
A lot of people got burned. I'm telling you right now, the betting public went crazy on Wichita State and had it handed to them on that one.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that's actually about it for me. The only
good
other
breakdown though, Pete. I like the way we touch on them. Even if we don't have picks, we can still talk about it because I looked at everything you talked about, and I wanted to. Damn it, I got to.
Yeah.
You know what? No, we're not. You don't get in that zone to do something stupid. That's why I like what you did. You said I have researched everyone. You had time,
and your record speaks for itself. And the only other one I was thinking about was that
one he's thinking about
was that South Dakota State.
Anybody else hear that? Only other one I'm thinking about.
The South Dakota State IUPUI over. It's a high total at 160, but these teams can easily go into the 170s, 180s. And I had a similar play on this one in the over in Georgia State, Louisiana Lafayette. Again, two teams that when they're matched up against defensive-oriented teams can sometimes have low-scoring games, but when they go up against each other, it just kind of tends to go into the stratosphere.
That's true, and that's in football too with some big teams as well.
All right, so you know what I'm going to do on that one? I am going to
Pistol. Pull that trigger.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take. Where is that? I think I'm going to take the first half over because if the first half over doesn't go over, then it definitely won't go over. 76.5, which is kind of high.
You're an information
machine. You know what? I'm going to hold off on that one. I'm going to hold off on that one.
Why not? What the hell? Yeah,
all right, so I guess that's it for me. A bunch of picks. I'm not going to review them,
good
but
stuff, no, good breakdowns for our viewers. That's most important.
They're all there.
Guess what? Guess who wants us to give him a shout out?
Who's that?
Ernesto.
Oh, okay, Ernesto from the
Sheraton, the Grand Casino, buddy.
In the heart of Escazú.
Mr. Brenner, can you and Pete Loshak give me a shout out? You're damn right we can. There you go, buddy. Thank you.
All right, and that's about it for the Wednesday card. We'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday card, and I believe we'll have Jeff from BMOC-Wins.com, a massive card tomorrow. So tune in for that. I'll do as much research as I can tonight on the overnights. We'll have Brenner here and Jeff Nadeau, and it'll all be hopefully a very good show tomorrow. That's for the Thursday card.
That's right. And Pistol Pete's going to continue to come out of that abyss, and guess what, guys? Odds Couple's coming to you.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.